Good morning, everyone. I'm here today to give my icebreaker speech from the Pathways. I thought it would be a good time to give an icebreaker because there are a lot of new members and it would be a good way of them getting to know me. I'm here to talk about happiness. And what is happiness and how do we define it? We don't have to get into that. I want to share my happy moments from my childhood and from my recent days. So I want to share 3 happy moments of my life. Let me start with the first one, which happened when I was a young girl as a child. This was the day when my father took me to a movie called Digby, the Biggest Dog in the World. As a child, I had a skin disorder because of which my dad had to take me to the doctor every few months, and he knew I hated it. The doctor did compensate by giving me chocolates every now and then, but still I hated the moment whenever I had to meet the doctor. So one of those days, my dad took me to the doctor, and from there he said, let's go somewhere else, not back home. And he pedaled his way all the way to a movie theater. We did not have a car, we did not even have a 2-wheeler or a bike. It was a bicycle which my dad used to commute everywhere. And I sat behind him. I think I was like 5 or 6 years old. And he pedaled his way all the way to the movie theater. For a 6-year-old, it seemed like a very long distance. I don't know how far it was. And we watched Digby, the Biggest Dog in the World. How many of you have watched that movie? Looks like no one, because it's a very old movie. It was 1974. And it's just similar to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where the dog just grows so big. I remember and cherish that till today. My mom was in it too. And I experienced happiness that day. Happiness out of sheer joy, which only a child can experience and exhibit. That was my first happy moment, which I wanted to share. My second happy moment was when my husband, my current husband, Suresh, he proposed to me. This was in Dallas. There is a lake called White Rock Lake. I know Ghana Priya would have known that. The White Rock Lake, and it was dusk. We were both sitting beside each other, and Suresh decided to propose to me. I think he decided to propose to me. He looked at me and he said, Shobha, I like you very much. Like, I think he's proposing. I think he's proposing. I'm like, seriously, you want to propose and you cannot say I love you? I said, okay, I'll be a rebel. I know I can do this. I said, I like you very much too. Then we both it was decided we liked each other a lot, and his friends were not sure. They said, are you sure you proposed to her? Then Suresh said, yeah, I think I kind of proposed to her, and she kind of said yes. So we are good. And the 2 or 3 months that followed before our wedding, we all know what happens after we get married, so let's not go there. So before our wedding, those 2 months, the feeling of someone really loving you and adoring you, and you falling in love and really adoring that other person was the best moment in my whole life till today. Those few months were my happiest that I have ever lived till today. So that happiness was out of love. The third happiest moment that I wanted to share with you happened a couple of years back. As most of you know, I have had a lot of health hurdles. And I think I gave a speech before I went for a major surgery where I said I just got diagnosed for the umpteenth time with cancer. And when I went there, I had this massive surgery. And I was in the hospital for 7-8 days, all really complicated, came back home. And the pathology report, I was waiting for it. And I went to the doctor, and this was because there was a lot of confusion. They had to send it to various locations to confirm. And this was maybe it was around this time, around January 21st, when I had that appointment. I went to the doctor, and they said, you know what? Those cells, they look kind of quirky, but they don't seem malignant at all. I don't think you have cancer, so we can just skip all the other treatments we were thinking about. I was like, okay, so I did go through the surgery, a huge one, and no, it's not cancer. Then I felt relief. So yes, I had all the complications, but still I was relieved. And that was the day when I felt I let myself feel happy. That's what I should say. It's not like I just felt happy. I let myself feel happy after a long time. And I said, oh yes, I'm happy today. And that was happiness due out of relief. You can feel happiness out of various state of mind that you have at that moment. It could be relief, it could be love, it could be joy, it could be contentment. That's what happiness is about. Yes, happiness is a path that we have to take. We all earn for the day when we want to be happy. But remember, it is not a destination. It is a path that we have to take. I hope you get to know me better.